collected a $60,000 wholesale fee on that first deal, which for me was the most money I'd ever generated one time. Now you can use Facebook Marketplace to do this. And it's way more efficient because at that time, I would just send private messages and Facebook would block you after about maybe 30 messages. Maybe it was less than that. And they'd block you for 48 hours because they thought you were spamming people. And so I would send out a small batch, get blocked, wait 48 hours, send out another batch. And I had somebody connect with me who responded back to my message. And my message was very short. In case you're wondering what to say, I just said, hey, my name's Chris. I'm looking to purchase a self-storage facility. I was curious if you've ever considered selling, and provided my phone number, and that was it. So somebody reached out and I called them. Now, mind you, this is the first time I'm getting on the phone with an owner, with a seller. I've never done this before. And so if you're in that type of position, I would recommend doing what I did, which is, and I recommend doing this all the time, actually. Don't talk about yourself. Just figure out as much about property as you can. I've talked to people in the past where they say, I don't know what to say when I get on the phone with them because I don't have experience. I'm not an expert. You don't have to be. You're not trying to sell them anything. Your goal is to build rapport, build a relationship, and find out information about property so that you can then take that and go put put some numbers together and see if you can craft an offer. And so that's exactly what I did. Build rapport, got to know him, and got as much details about the property as I could. Then once I had that, now it's time to focus on step number 2, which is analyzing the deal. And because I had never really done that, I had a pretty good idea of the steps involved because I had gone through the training, but I still lacked some confidence. And so I brought it to somebody who had more experience than me. He's on the call, Mr. Scott Spear. And Scott was getting started in storage at that time. He had lots of real estate experience. Said, hey, Scott, I got this deal. I think it's a deal. The numbers that I'm looking at and everything I learned, it looks like it could be a deal, but I was wondering if you can help me break it down. And so we got on a call together. We looked through all the numbers, and I know I talked Scott's ear off because I just had a lot of questions, right? So I wanted to know why we did things a certain way, how we came up with certain numbers. And doing that process, I learned a lot, and I learned a lot faster because I was able to lean into somebody who had a little bit more experience than I did. And so once we kind of confirmed that it was going to be a deal, great, now let's put together an offer. That's step 3. And then we have to present that offer. And so we just kind of took each step as it came. And based on that specific deal, we had determined we probably wouldn't start making money on it for about maybe a year, maybe a year and a half, because it was a deep value add property. And I told Scott, this is the position I'm in. I need to get some cash quickly. And what I had mentioned, wouldn't you be okay if I wholesaled this? And would you be willing to help me through that process? And then we can split the commission on the wholesale fee. And so that's exactly what we did. And it was cool for me because if I did wholesale it successfully, I'd get enough cash to get myself out of the situation I was in. And I was going to learn about how to make money in storage, right? So it's like getting paid to learn how to make money. And what ended up happening is we had found a buyer for that deal, somebody to wholesale it to on a Storage Rebellion University fault. And point A to point B, right? So going through the training, finding a deal, and then getting it under contract with a wholesaler was about 15 days. So this all moved very quickly. And again, it's really just focusing on each step as it comes. And that's what I did. And I can't remember if we did a 60-day or 90 days closing period. Scott might remember. And we collected a $60,000 wholesale fee on that first deal, which for me was the most money I'd ever generated one time. I've gone on to do more in the other deals that I've done, but for me, that was the most exciting amount of money I've ever earned.